99% of students can solve this simple Math Olympiad problem. We have 125 power x plus 5 power x is equal to 30. What then is the value for what? X. X will be what? This is very simple. Do you know what this means? Look at 125, look at 5, and look at 30. First, we look at the left-hand side, 125. We can actually simplify this to be in terms of 5 because 125 simply means 5 times 5, 25 times 5, 125. So we can write 125 to be 5 cubed, then raised to power x plus 5 raised to power x is equals to 30. Good. So since you have this, you remember the law of exponents. We need to interchange the powers. We say that a raised to power b, then raised to power c, can be written as a raised to power c, then raised to power b. The order is never a problem. So if you have this, we have to get this x to be inside. That means 5 raised to power x, then raised to power 3, applying this law, then plus 5 raised to power x is equals to 30. Good. Now, if you look at this, I can now redefine my 5 power x. You know it works? If you know, let's know that in the comments. If this video is interesting, subscribe, like, share so that more people will get to it. Then if you have this, I can now say let y be equal to 5 power x. I'm now redefining the terms. So if I redefine, what do you see? I can now have y cubed, since y is 5 power x, then plus y is equals to 30. Good. The next thing we have to do is to bring the constant term inside. Then to do that, we just have to subtract 30 from both sides. So what do we have at the last? Y cubed plus y, then minus 30 is equals to 0. Good. Then if you look at this, this is the first term is a cubic term and the middle term is a linear term. Good. Then let's try to break this down to be in form of a cubic term. So if you look at this, I can write it to be y cubed plus y, then minus 27 can be the cube of 3 is equals to 0. This 2 is also equals to 30 and nothing changed. So I can now bring the term that can get to a cubic root together and bring the linear terms together. Okay? So I can now have this equation to be written as y cubed minus 27 plus y minus 3 is equals to 0. Good. Now I can now group the first two and group the last two. The two are equal to. So from here, I can now write this to be y cubed minus, I can write 27 to be 3 cubed as we suggested initially in a bracket, then plus y minus 3 is equals to 0. So at this point, I can factor out the common term, which is, I can simplify this term. If I simplify it, I have it as y minus 3 into, okay, which can be factorized to be y squared plus 3y plus 9. Then since we factorize this y plus this, we have it as plus 1, and that's equals to 0. Okay, so this will now be y minus 3 into y squared plus 3y. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 10 is equals to 0. Y minus 3 is equals to 0. Then to get your y will now be equal to, you add 3 to both sides, 3. Then for the quadratic term, at this point, let's check to know whether this particular quadratic equation has a real solution. Okay, for it to have a real solution, we have that b squared minus 4ac. Have it that, you see that it is equals to, our b is the middle term, which is 3 squared minus 4 times our a is 1 and our c is what? 10. So 3 squared is 9 minus 4 times 1 is 4 times this is 30 is 40. So the answer is now equal to minus 0. So there is no real solution. So we say no equal equals to 5 to the power of x, right? So since we've gotten our y to be 3, that means 3 is equals to 5 power x. Okay? So in that case, we take the log of both sides. Log of 5 power x is equals to log of 3. So if you do this, you allow the power to multiply the log, which is x log 5 is equals to log 3. Divide by log 5, divide by log 5. If you divide by log 5, x will now be equal to, we use change of base, log of base 5 of 3. And that's the answer. Like and share for more tips like this.